I have just begun. Ain't no mercy. Ain't no
Hey guys, welcome back to a whole new video. I think you guys will be hearing noise in the background, so please don't mind it. It's quite annoying, yeah, I know. Anyway, hold up. Sorry for the interruption. Anyway, let's begin. Where I left no recap. Anyway, let's start whenever he met Nadai. He met Nadai the same way, except instead of doing the on my face, he just said hello. Nadai thought it wasn't funny because he's Nadai. So, he still thought the whole tickling machine was weird. So, after he went in, Nadai still challenged him. He still got the whole stamp thingy. So, that was done. Anyway, Overhaul arc. So, when he met Eri, it basically happened the same way because he didn't want to act all emo since he was warming up to he was warming up to people more, but like the people that betrayed him, basically he won't be like that to them. Because I'm pretty sure like he never really met Mirio. So let's say that he's kind of friends with Mirio, but kind of not because he's weary since he's afraid that Mirio might betray him as well. So he doesn't want to show emotion towards Mirio, but like he's a lot friendlier. So whenever Eri comes out and he hugs, grabs onto Deku looks at Overhaul says the same thing. Eri goes back with Overhaul. Basically, everything goes the same until like they raid his base. Instead of Deku being left behind with the rest of the team to uh, destroy the walls and things, Deku he would let's say he can. I don't know if this is one of Meliodas' abilities because we never really seen his full abilities. Because I'm going by the anime. I read the manga. I just don't want to go by it. I like the anime more. So I'm going by the anime. I don't know if it's one of Meliodas' abilities, but I'm gonna say he uses shadow exchange to like go into Aries shadow and pop right out of it. So no, let's say like him and Miro were going at the same pace. So basically, like Deku was punching through the walls and things like that. So then the whole Mirio getting trying to save everything happens. I mean Eri, whatever you want to call her, and then uh and then Deku comes to save Eri. Except it's not the same because whenever Deku tries to fight Overhaul Overhaul was like a like over. Let's say Overhaul cuts off one of Deku's arms, and he thinks that Deku like won't be able to win because he only has one arm left. And Deku, with the whole darkness thing, he pulls the arm right back to where it was, and Overhaul was surprised, and he thinks, maybe I can use him as well. And then he forgets about that thing because he thinks that Ares is the perfect weapon. Because I'm pretty sure he thought of Ares as a weapon. So their whole fight happens not really the same because it's mainly just Deku beating Overhaul's ass. Sorry, I'm eating chips right now. So anyway, so it's basically just Deku destroying Overhaul at this point, and Overhaul trying to touch Deku, but it doesn't really work. He can really only touch the ground whenever he can even reach the ground. So whenever he touches the ground, sometimes like a metal spike comes up, and Deku always dodges it. Or sometimes he just sometimes he's just like kicks it and it breaks. So yeah, and then the whole and then the whole like them going outside thing still happens because I don't know, I just want it plot. So uh they were still able to get outside somehow, and Deku still ties Eri on the back of on his back, and they still go about the entire. Oh Nada, yeah, Nada doesn't get hurt because I mean he wouldn't really need to get hurt since he's doesn't really like have to try and protect Eri from this like block like he doesn't have to try and stall for them to leave since Deku's Deku and Overall knows that he's really strong. So after that, that they go outside and then the whole battle it goes more or less the same. with Deku basically throwing punches, except whenever like he feels that like one punch that makes like a billion giant fists into in the sky. Instead of that, he actually makes like he actually forms his darkness into a giant, like a very big fist, and throws it down straight at Overhaul. Overhaul won't be able to dodge it because I don't know. Maybe he's not fast enough. Since you got the big ass arms and big ass legs, so he won't be able to move fast enough. And that the force of that punch like knocks him to the ground, making a big crater. Big yeah. He's at near death because in the anime he only passed out, but this time he's at like near death. So yeah, and then Deku takes Eri with him all the way to. I mean, Deku takes Eri to the whole hospital thing. Eri didn't really even have to rewind him, cause because Deku doesn't need rewinding. He can't break his bones. It's his own power. So yeah, and then later on, people like appreciate him for like saving Eri, and yeah. So after that, a few other things happen. Basically, everything goes according to canon, except Deku talks less to people. And then once it's like the whole, I'm pretty sure it was like a spring festival where like they have that entire band in the anime. Instead of like them having the entire band, yeah, they still have the entire band, except like everything basically goes to canon. Except instead of like Deku basically dancing, like Deku is Deku is more of a person who like he made the entire room dark using his darkness, and everything else basically goes to canon. Eri still becomes happy. They still give her that whole. I'm pretty sure it was like a caramel apple, since I've never really had one of those. So yeah, they still give her the whole caramel apple. Eri's happy, and then I'm pretty sure that after that they. No, no, yeah. I'm pretty sure that after that. Oh wait, did I even? No, I didn't do the revision. Yeah, I did. Did I do the licensing exams? If I didn't, let's just say like I don't know, Deku got his license so did everybody else according to canon. Because I don't feel like doing that if I didn't do it. Anyway, so they would still go to the whole like during the whole like 9 movie, like the Heroes Rising, yes, the whole Heroes Rising movie thing. They would still go to the island and everyone would still get attacked except when Deku, like the first time Deku got it, like the kids got attacked and Deku saved them from 9. Instead of like 9 being able to like try and take Deku's quirk, since I mean a lot of people say that before I do the whole 9 thing, but a lot of people in comments say that Aizawa should should have the power to erase Deku's magic, since it's technical magic, but also people said that he shouldn't be able to do that. So I must say that he can nullify it. He can't erase it, but like he can make it weaker, but not to the point where he can't defeat All Might. He can still like crack All Might's skull open, even with Aizawa nullifying his quirk. So yeah, um, yeah. So that means that like whenever he tries to take Deku's quick away, he goes into his like I'm pretty sure he went into his mindscape in the original and saw the 7 users. Yeah, 7 users. Hold up, I'll be right back. Anyway, what I was going to say was whenever Nine went to Deku's mindscape, instead of seeing one for all users, since he doesn't have one for all, he sees like Meliodas, and then he sees the Demon King basically. He sees Meliodas and the Demon King, and then he's immediately kicked out of Deku's mind, and he goes flying. Like instead of like just jumping back a few meters or sliding back a few feet, like he gets sent flying halfway through the forest, and Deku grabs the kid to leave. So yeah, and then the second time they come to fight, I mean, the whole plan still comes up, and then the second time they come to fight, mm, actually no, never mind. When he got blasted back, Bakugo came to fight him, and everything went to canon because Deku was weakened. His movements were restricted more, so, and he was like a lot more tired because he did something earlier. Anyway, so yeah, so everything went according to canon. Then the second fight, whenever Nine came back, and everybody went to their stations and fought the other villains. Let's say, um, Deku is still, he's weakened more because like he was training, so yeah, he's still tired a little bit. So yeah, and whenever Ryan comes to fight them, basically everything goes according to canon, and then Deku, he has more of a trump card, and what he searches, he goes into he goes into his mindscape, and they say that we will lend you our power to use one, like we'll lend you a little bit of our power to use the final attack. Deku agrees. Well, a few, I don't know, a few attacks, and Deku agrees. He gets back to 100% and more. Gives Bakugo a little bit of his darkness, enough to like be it like Bakugo Super Saiyan thing. So they go against Nine. The exact same thing happens, except instead of Deku burning out the fire, all Bakugo is the one that's burning out the fire. So yeah, uh, and when Bakugo gets knocked out, none of that happens. Like Deku doesn't get knocked out because he's Meliodas. Like, what do you expect? Because the only reason he was even losing is because he was quite tired. So yeah. So after that, All Might still comes and checks on them. Deku walks away from All Might because he ain't forgiven him. So then All Might checks on Bakugo. I'm pretty sure I gave Bakugo one for all. So the whole one for all thing. Well, no, that means I wouldn't have to give Bakugo any of the darkness. Never mind. Deku never gave Bakugo any of the darkness, but the same things happen. Except instead of like, except Bakugo is basically like in the original Bakugo is Deku and Deku is Bakugo. No, whatever. You can think how the fight went. I don't care. So in the end, Deku walks away from All Might. All Might checks Bakugo, and Bakugo still got one for all. So yeah, I didn't have much ideas in this one because I really didn't want to make this since I was like making the Christmas special. I pre-recorded it so I can just post it during Christmas. I have two of them. Like I pre-recorded one of them. I'm gonna make the other one tomorrow. One of them is a what if Deku, and the other one is a what if Naruto. So yeah, you guys comment. No, yeah, you guys comment down below which one I should make, or what if Deku and what if Naruto I should make. So yeah, have a good day, have a good night, and goodbye.